Hi everybody, this is a video about my way of keeping slugs away from my tiny plants. They are a terrible thing that happens when you put so much time and work and you plant your seedlings and they are very tiny, and then the next day or the following days you just find nothing because they will eat everything. So I have just planted these sunflowers in the evening, and it's been raining for several days, so there are so many slugs around here. They have already eaten some of my tiny plants. So there is one way to transplant my seedlings in these parts of my garden where I have to deal with slugs. So what I'm going to do, as you can see here, I have crushed eggshells, and I do not crush them into a powder, but I still leave these quite big pieces because they are very sharp. So what I'm going to do, they will cut the slugs practically, and the snails and everything that's going to try to climb the seedling and eat it. So this is how I do it. I will just add this around the tiny plant, and particularly at the bottom. It will not cut the plant as it grows based on my experience, but it will really slice the slug. So this is what I did to that tiny sunflower, and I have some tall sunflowers over here. Look at that, they're very, very tall. So I planted these sunflowers, as you can see, on the other side of the house. I planted them 2 months ago, and now they are in full blossom, and they will be over very soon, in about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And these are the sunflowers that will replace them. So they will grow now, and they will probably have their blooms late September, which is impressive. So there is I have a few videos in which I talk about training sunflowers to grow different height. So I had an option, for instance, to let the sunflowers in their pods for a while to get mature into their pods, but I didn't do that because I want them to grow as tall as they can grow genetically. So these are some very tall sunflowers. So the ones that I planted here are the American Giant. They can grow up to 15 feet. They're very tall. So I'm not going to play with them. They grew this tall. They have been in their pots for about 2 weeks now. This is already too long for them. So the previous ones were kept for about a month and a half or 2 months, and they grew about 8 feet compared to 15. So I'm not going to do that. I want them to grow as tall as possible, and that's why they need to go in the ground as soon as possible. I'm so sorry, I repeated, I didn't pay attention. I was paying attention to my video. So yeah, that's the reason I'm planting them as seedlings in an area that's full of snails and everything that will kill them if they are tiny. But if I do these things, it doesn't look that good, I know. Who cares, really? From the distance you don't see them. I do that here because we are somewhere in the back border. As you can see, it's the back row, so I'm practically by the siding. There are some bushes here, and then the front yard is over there, so they will just be hidden. Nobody will see them for the time being until they grow taller. So this is because this part of the garden is shaded. That's why I have the problem with slugs. So this is a good idea for you to try. Why not? I found it somewhere, heard about it from someone, I don't remember. I have been doing it for a very long time, and yeah, you might give it a try. It might work with you too. Thank you so much for watching.